Hello everybody, I'm Tony 300 and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2 and our city of Londinium. Now, as promised in the last episode, we made a big announcement and we are now going to start doing our massive redevelopment project. Our entire city infrastructure and roads and networks, trains, trams, underground, everything. So the next 10 episodes will be purely on our expansion, and the final one will be a city tour. So today I think we're going to tackle the highways and the huge ring road we've decided to put around this city. So just taking a look at the general layout, and it's hard to see exactly how you put a circle around this with all this body of water here as well. So what I've done is I'm going to take the castle as like a central location for our city. That would have been probably the first building ever built in Londinium, so that's what we're going with. And to get this perfect circle, well, I'm not going to call it perfect, it's going to be close to perfect because it might have the odd imperfection, I don't know yet. But I'm going to take our central location as the castle. Well, right next to the castle I've put some alleyways marking an X. So I'm going to use this as the centre of our circle, and I'm going to go out in 3 kilometres in every direction from here, which is going to give me the basis for our circle. So if we go on alleyway, and we'll use the centre of that, we'll snap to it and then we'll come off. I may turn the snapping off, I don't know yet, I'm just going to make sure I stay at... what looks straight? I'm not going to worry too much about the 90 degrees, I mean that does actually look about right. So bring it back to 3 kilometres. Now what I've noticed is when you stretch this in and out, it doesn't tell you anything in that 0.1. So you've got 3, still at 3 even though we've moved it, and eventually we go to 3.1. So that's where it's going to be difficult to get exactly 3 kilometres. That's going to be the best I can do, I think. Go from 2.9, as soon as it hits 3, that's my point. So I'm going to right click to take it off, and left click to mark where I am again. And I'm going to put another little sort of marker so I know where I'm at. Let's reduce that a little bit, it's a bit big. So that centre point is now my southernmost 3 kilometre marker. Now we're going to go back to here and we're going to mark another one out. 3 kilometres. We'll go at what we think is 90 again. Again, you can go up and down a little bit, so there'll be 90.5 or 89.5 and it won't tell us. I'm going to go 89, as soon as it hits 90 I'm going to assume that's correct. Okay, so it's number 2 marked out. Let's do the third one over here. That's why I say it's going to be close to perfect. I don't think it'll be 100% because we can't tell exactly, like with a laser, where 3 kilometres is. We're around 3 kilometres, give or take a few metres I reckon. So that's another marker done. And now comes the tricky one, because up at this end of the map we are very developed, and 3 kilometres is here in Pinewood Acres, Um, it's quite heavily populated. Let's have a look. So this is kind of the 3 kilometre marks here somewhere. Obviously we've got all our row homes, which are level 4 out of 5. Roughly 25 to 30 in each one. And one had 45 in actually. Not sure which one that was, but anyway. We've then got 156 residents in there. We have 514 residents in that block, and as you can see there's quite a lot of people live here, and that's without coming across here. Then we've got some businesses, level 4 and level 5. So car parking lots are easy enough to get rid of. Police station, medical clinic we could move. But as for the residential, we're talking, I mean just those 2 blocks is over 1,000 residents, so I'm estimating somewhere around 2,500 to 3,000 residents we'd have to rehome, and that's quite a lot. The road is going to come through here. Now, I have thought about going underground and putting a tunnel underneath, which is an option. My only problem with that is I'm planning a junction, like an intersection here, and another one over here, so it's got to come up and go down again. And realistically, would there be a motorway underneath 3,000 people's homes? I don't know, I'm not so sure on that. I can't think of anywhere in the world that has that, but I'm sure there is somewhere. I can't think of anywhere in the UK anyway. Not where it goes under buildings of this size. I mean, I'd be concerned about the foundations. It'd have to be pretty deep, wouldn't it? So what do we do? Do we just rehome everyone? I think we do, because another thing I want to do with the highway is actually sink it down into the ground a little bit. So that's quite often done, especially near residential areas. It helps with the sound. So I think we're going to have to rehome everybody through here, unfortunately. That's a lot of people, but this is development and we need this for our cities to grow any further. I mean, they can possibly be rehomed over here. I'm sure we could find them somewhere new to live. I've started a smaller development over here for people. Already rehomed a few, so I think these businesses and the train station are okay. I was going to move all of that and bring it through here, but then that brought the circle down to about 2.8, 2.7 kilometres, and it didn't really work out coming across here because it brought the bridge sort of across here, and it's not going to look right. How can I bring a circle around there? Not very easily, so I think it's going to have to all go through here and then be redeveloped later. Let's just do it. Let's kick everybody out of their homes. Sorry guys, I will build you some new places at some point. In fact, this has got to go. Why can we not over? For some reason we can't bulldoze it, which is really strange. Okay, now we can. Not sure what that was about, anyway. Okay, so we've lost our outside connection there, which will affect our income a little bit. We could quickly bring that back in though. Just with a temporary connection. Okay, so those services are restored. That's out of our way. These may have to move. Well, I guess I could have moved the solar power plant, but we just don't use it. It's just not efficient enough. What's the pollution like around here? Let's have a look. Ground wise, not too bad actually, so I think we've got space for some redevelopment. Okay, we're going to go this side. This is EU and this is North America, so two different developers. I think I'm going to... What size are these blocks? 5 by 5, 5 by 6, or are they 6? They are 6 by 6. I'm going to leave a couple of spaces in between them. This is something I'm now doing when I'm building larger buildings, rather than putting them next to each other, because I just don't feel like anyone that lives sort of in the middle and low down is going to get much sunlight. Always going to be in the shadows. So I may even pull one of these down at some point and redevelop them. Yeah, I might redevelop them on this side of the road, but that's something for later on. So we've got row homes, we've got medium density as well. So I'm leaving a gap for like a pathway later on. Okay, so that's not going to replace everybody's home, but it will replace quite a few. Sorry guys, but you won't want to live here anyway once the freeway comes through. These I could move elsewhere, or I could just dispose of them for now. Perhaps we'll buy some tiles. Oh, we've just got an achievement for unlocking 150 map tiles in a single map. What else have we got around here? I mean, this might even be enough room to bring it through. It's more the residential places, I don't want those backing onto a motorway. Police stations and businesses, they're not so bad, they can stay where they are. Medical clinic will have to move, which I think actually we should be clear if we put it next to the school. I just realised I just flattened a load of trees, let's just move that back. Yeah, and the trees would come back. Yeah, I don't like losing level 5 businesses, but this will all need redeveloping afterwards, so firehouse, let's move that over. I'll put that over here for now as well. Okay, so we've just got these guys we need to rehome. And now we've got the other side of the road clear, we could... I like to imagine that I'm rehoming them. High density and in fact, let's change our mind on that. Looking at the road layout and where do we want them? You might see our population drop off quite a bit, but okay, so some new homes being developed to replace the ones we just lost. And the only thing really left in the way are the roads, which we cannot replace all of these roads yet, and this footbridge. So we'll come to that while we're doing our development. Let's mark out the 3 kilometres. Just square up my map again. I'm using like the grid lines just as my sort of datum point. So we're there. Let's zoom in a bit more. Okay, so we've got 4 points of reference. Now from these 4 points that we've marked out, 1, 2, 3 and 4, wherever that one was, here somewhere. Right, how are we going to make a circle? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come across at 90 degrees. 3 kilometers should be sufficient. This is where we find out how accurate it's going to be. 2.9, and that's 3 there. That's quite a bit of difference, to be honest. Ah, but that's not completely square, is it, with there? Let's redo this one. I'm trying to go square with these grid lines here on the map tiles. What is the distance from there? 136 exceeds limits. That's a lot more. Yeah, 3 kilometers over there somewhere. Again, I'm going to put another marker down. I'm not expecting it to be 100% perfect, but I want it pretty close. So yeah, that's square with there. So 3 kilometers this way. What have I got here? 296. One 80. That's. Or is it going off of this bit? Let's remove that. Yeah, we're at 328 to 336 as it hits the border. So we're out of square somewhere. I'm going to use this one because this was exactly 3 kilometers down. If we come off the road, it's differently. Got to watch this because it was measuring from there to there, not from that point. So 344 to 352. It's still a little bit out. Let's See if we can drop that slightly lower. Okay, that's the point we're looking at. In fact, we could now use that point. That's fine, we can go off of that because we've got the measurement. So let's go into our highway, 3-lane, parallel modes. Let's use that sensor point. And if I click on this sensor point as well, we use that for our bend, and zoom out, it should visually look like, yeah, so that's like the quarter of the circle there. It's not going to let me place it because we've got to delete some of this. We still know what point we want to reach. This has got to be the best way of making a circle. If anyone knows any better ways, please let me know. But I think where we're doing this after the city's built as well, it's not as easy, so I suppose it's more realistic though. So yeah, that's a quarter of our highway done. Now let's find this point, bring this one round, shall we? Or should we go for this difficult one? Come on, let's do yeah, let's do the hard one. We'll go round in a clockwise direction. So did we mark? Yeah, we marked this point. In fact, the measurement we want is there. So there, from the point where it goes blue to red. So we go 160 in blue, 168 metres in red. Just like that. So now we need to find our intersecting point. So we need to measure. This isn't going to be quite so easy, is it? Because we don't have that line. Well, there's nothing to stop us coming across. Finding out that measurement. 560 to 568. Okay, let's just check that's the same. It is. Just going to move this temporarily because it's easier if I can draw that straight through. No, we're still overlapping something, aren't we? Sorry, pedestrians. They don't seem to mind, do they? No. They have special powers, pedestrians, in this game. They can literally fly. None of these ones are going to do when they get there. They have to turn around. These are the clever ones. Well, actually, these are the clever ones. They can fly. So, let's bring our pathway through. Our alleyway through 3 kilometres at 90 degrees. And then we can check this measurement. 544, 552. I think it was different. 560 to 568. Okay. We're only like 1 square out, I think. That's it, that's the point we want. Making sure we're on the curve, the simple curve. We'll left click once there. Bring that all the way across, and yeah, we've got a couple of things in the way. So let's quickly just remove whatever it is that's in our way. So we've got a train line, obviously some roads, a couple of businesses, and a police station, I believe. Right, just get those moved. Okay, so I've removed what I hope is most of the things. Leaving that marker there to click on is very useful, isn't it? As you can see, we've still got a couple of things in the way. So we've got a footbridge here, and the train line and that road. This might cause some problems, so I'm going to hit pause while I do this bit. To be honest, I've been kind of dreading trying to get a highway through here because the amount of businesses and homes that were going to be affected, I knew it was going to be tricky. We've already had to remove like a landfill that was here and several other homes and businesses, just as an early preparation for this. Okay, I think we're going to get it this time. Now making sure I actually get those white guidelines perfectly well on them. And then I'm pressing the button. There we go. So one thing we haven't done yet is sink this into the ground, which I have just noticed. Obviously we've built a very low bridge which would be no good for boats or anything else, but we'll get this placed in a circle and then we can always address all of that. Although what happens to our markers once we place it? Oh, they do stay in place, so we remember that was one there. Okay, we're going to have a bit of trouble here because we don't own this land, and there's water in the way. Okay, we're going to have to buy these tiles. Which is going to involve... we may as well buy all of these. How many is that? 12, okay. To our alleyway. And we've already got part of it here, so it's going to take 0 from there. That's my only concern. Oh, we've just disconnected the power. Oh, and actually we didn't need to buy as much as we did, but okay, so it looks like 3 kilometres there, end of that road. I know that wasn't very square, was it? Shall I redo that? Yeah, we're on the middle lane of the highway. One thing we didn't check is that measurement. Hang on a second. Let's do this properly. So 568 is our last measurement. I'm pretty sure that was close to what we had before. Didn't we have 560 though? And then 568 was out of bounds. So yeah, we need to be just that one square up. I know it probably wouldn't notice, but if I'm aware of it, then I want it to be right. Get those guidelines bang on, and then we'll come down to this point, and now we have some more stuff in our way. So we've got a couple of more businesses. Let's have a look at what we've got here. So we've got full skill grinding. And let's see if we can move them a little bit. Yeah, I think we can move this one. And they're not going to have much space at the moment, but at some point they will grow again. I would expand once the motorway's done. Same for decent planks. Okay. Let's move you. We're just going to leave them as a very small business at the moment. Hopefully that's... No, we do have this train line, but it is on the ground, so it won't stop us from building. See if the next section are going as well. Oh, hang on, we've got the same problem again, haven't we? Exceed city limits. I don't really want to buy just random tiles that are in the middle of the water, but for this project we need to buy just one. And actually, when I zoom out, look how much that looks like a circle already. Quite happy with that. Okay, so the distance from there to the border, 344 is the limit. Just bring .344, I said, didn't I? So we're a little bit off here. Okay, we're on it. Okay, we're on 3 kilometres, that's good. So our point is there. Now this has got to go across here, so we're going to have to rework a bridge into this at some point. For now we just want our reference point. We also want to be on a highway, don't we? What are we overlapping? Okay, we are overlapping our existing highway bridge. Champion Bridge and Union Bridge, okay. In fact, let's remove that part of the highway. I'm not sure how it was going to deal with this. Railway line, let's find out. Yeah, we still must be overlapping the railway and the sea crossing. I'm literally just being ruthless now and deleting anything that's in our way. In water. If I raise the road, it works. Well, kind of. Because our snap point is actually that alleyway. Okay, so what we need to do is actually bring this back down to ground level, connect that road. I'm not sure how easily we can do that actually. I mean, that is what we're looking for, but we need to replace this with a bridge, and also need to do a lot of terraforming, so I need to sink this into the ground. Right, what I'll do is I'll quickly go away and rework this. We'll sink this down into the ground using our shift terrain and level tool. Shouldn't be too tricky. Yeah, I'll do that now and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so we're back and we've just got one final little section to level out. Just thought I'd show you how I was doing it. And we've even got ourselves a mini mining excavator helping us out. Well, it's not very mini, it's quite a big one actually. It's actually part of this full skill grinding, but it's quite funny that they were just there and they look like they're digging up the road. So yeah, we're just going to finish off this last section, dropping it down lower, and I'll show you how I've been doing that, which is obviously quite straightforward. Literally deleting it a couple of sections at a time, leveling the ground through, safe just to do a bit extra around here. Using our parallel tool, just click on there, make sure we stay at 180 degrees here, then drag it out to where the guidelines intercept it. I like to spin it around just to make sure we're lining up with a central lane. And that's our final one done. So we've also done the bridges. These took quite a while to sort out, I've got to be honest. I've tried to do these 3-lane highway bridges, like so, but in parallel modes with a 1 metre gap you cannot place them because they overlap each other, so you have to take it to at least 2, and then the roads are so far out of line with the rest of the motorways that it just didn't look right. So I've decided to go for a 6-lane divided extra dosed bridge, okay, just like a cable support bridge. And yeah, I think it looks quite nice. It has got a lower speed limit, but then bridges normally do. I'm thinking even here in London, where we cross over the Thames with the M25 motorway, it drops down to, I forget what the speed limit is now, but it's a lot lower than the motorway. Just because you're up high and obviously high winds and stuff. It's just a lot safer. So yeah, I don't mind that, I think that looks fine. So we have a quick zoom out and you can see that is our outer circle motorway, highway, whatever you want to call it, Narving Road complete. So what I'll do now is I'll just quickly go away and tidy up all these edges. We'll plant some trees and stuff along the edges just for soundproofing. I know they don't actually do anything, but they would in real life, so we're going to do it. And yeah, I'll add some intersections in, some junctions, and yeah, I'll come back shortly. So see you again in a moment. Okay, so some probably 10 to 15 hours later, we have a motorway, a highway, whatever you want to call it, and some connections. Now I've managed to get 4 connections in so far. This was a lot more work than I anticipated doing this, I've got to be honest. So our existing highway came through here, so that had to go, and obviously new connections here and here. We had another highway that was sort of coming through around about here somewhere and linking in. It's the original highway from the original map, so obviously that's had to go. But in doing all of this, I've had to rework a lot of the rail infrastructure and stuff like that, and yeah, let's go have a look, because it was a lot more work than I realised. So we have a brand new highway here connecting to an outside connection of Gustine, is it? Oval. I thought it was Gustine, but perhaps they renamed it. Gustine is there. There's so many outside connections. I never realised there were so many. Oval, Parsdale and Ampthill. How can we have 3 connections in that small space? Anyhow, we have, so... Right, this is one of our connecting junctions. Quite pleased with this one. Obviously we've got the highway going underneath that's renamed itself yet again. Every time I do any work on it, it seems to rename itself. I'm going to call it Londinium Highway for now. Let me know if you've got any better suggestions. It is the circle highway that surrounds our city, so yeah, let me know if you've got some good names for that. We've got the King's Highway, which comes into our downtown sort of central Londinium area and connects to our outside connection and our cargo harbour. Over here we've got a different type of, looks a bit like a spider actually, doesn't it? Yeah, be like a spider junction or something, I don't know, we'll think of a name for it. So this has got the original main street running through it, that's also been renamed. It's so annoying when they rename all the roads. I'm just doing it now while I think of it. This one could be called something else if it wants. So yeah. This obviously connects our industrial zone. We've got an outside connection of Gustine and we've left another couple of connections ready to, you know, once we build up this area, we've got a couple of junctions ready to link in our highways. So yeah, I think that one works really well as well. Now I haven't hit play yet. I'm going to hit play actually, let things start sorting themselves out, because traffic is all over the place at the moment with all the reworks. They will flag up traffic jams and all sorts because yeah, we've redone a lot of the roads. So ignore this rail connection, that's a spare one at the moment that we're going to connect up later on. At the moment it links down through here to the station of Central Londinium. We've got a station up here still. Then it pops underground because it comes out over here next to the highway. It comes all the way through, links in our rail yards, our cargo harbours and our cargo train terminals. So all of that is connected. I mean, that's what's taken a lot of the work, to be honest. Which we've also sunk into the ground as well, as you can see. You can see this bank, I've just smoothed it out. So yeah, that all seems to be flowing nicely. Trains are running again. Glad to see that. I'm going to let the traffic run for a little while, see what it's doing, and then we are meant to be putting another highway in through here. So that's something we will be doing. I just thought I'd show you where I'm up to because this has taken a lot longer than I thought. Oh, good to see this is in use. Yeah, I'm debating about roundabouts on here. I definitely don't want any crossings. Traffic lights I am thinking about, I'm not sure. What do we think? Maybe we need to think about the modded traffic lights where we can control the signals a bit more. that's all of those removed. I mean, if I was to remove traffic lights, would it cause chaos? I don't know, we'll see how it runs. But it seems to be working at the moment. So, moving on, we'll follow it round. I love how our roads just flow perfectly flat over the top of the highways. Again, I don't know why this is called Oak Highway. It's meant to be Londinium Highway at the moment, but we'll have a look at that later. So, our Pinewood Acres shopping area, shopping and sports complex. We still have our residential footpath for pedestrians to get access to the train station. And they are using it. As you can see, I've added in some benches. I've delved into the world of developer modes only for things like benches, bins. I'm going to be really careful with what I use on there because I don't want to lose my save. I do have backup saves, but I don't want anything that could be game breaking. But I feel like we need some more assets in this game. Just a few props and things to decorate our cities with. So anyhow, we've got our new train line. That looks like it's working well, going across the highway. This junction looks like it's working. This could back up, so it's quite a short off ramp. We'll see how we get on with that. Again, let's remove any pedestrian crossings. And I might actually remove these traffic lights because they're looking like they're the source of the problem here. Well, it's looking like everybody that comes off is turning left, so that's backing up, isn't it? So hopefully that'll flow a bit better now. And zooming out, we have a bridge. We have the odd car using it already, where it's going to take a while for the traffic to build up. There's nothing over this side, so they don't have much reason to use it. Okay, this junction here. So what happens here is we've got an existing highway with an outside connection coming in, one of the original highways of the map. Which I never noticed this nice little area of islands here. That's nice. So yeah, and the highway turns into a 4-lane road, which drops their speed down from 120 to 50. And yeah, then they join the big sort of roundabout. Yeah, people are stopping at traffic lights and stuff. I don't know if we really need traffic lights again. We're going to remove them from here for now. Something I need to monitor and see how we get on with it. This is the problem. If somebody does want to go straight on, there's a potential collision point there, which eventually they are going to start wanting to use that route. At the moment it goes pretty much nowhere, so they're not bothered. But yeah, it's all flowing nicely. We managed to get our C lane back up and running under here. It was very tight, only just works. I think we're at a height of 25 metres on this bridge, so we could have gone a bit higher, but that's fine. I'm happy with that. It works, boats can get under there. And yeah, and now we're back down to this. Probably my favourite interchange I've made. does seem to be working nicely. Again, we need to remove crossings and things. There's going to be little tweaks we have to make along the way. Yeah, traffic is flowing very nicely here. Pleased with that. Yeah, we're probably going to have to add more junctions in the industrial zone and stuff, but yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I mean, oh look, we do have some traffic. Is this because of traffic lights, do we think? Oh, they're getting very bunched up on this one. Okay, we're going to remove traffic lights. We're going to see if we can get things flowing again. Not too sure what's gone on here. We have no traffic lights, but we have no movement. Here we go. Let's speed things up, see if it clears. This is the problem when you don't have traffic lights. I mean, why they can't use the other lanes, I don't know. They've got 6 lanes to choose from and they all want the same one. Oh, here we go, look, they've heard me. Some of them are starting to use the other lanes. I find it quite amusing to watch the traffic and the way they all try and cut each other up, and they all want this lane again. I think that dump truck's going to be there a very long time, but if he wants to go that way, he needs that lane. Hence you need traffic lights on that junction, I suppose. Okay, so that's flowing better on that junction. Alright, you know what, I'll play around with this, see if I can get it flowing a bit better. Definitely some of them are going to need traffic lights and perhaps some don't. We'll see how we get on with this. I don't think the off-ramps need them, but they might do, who knows. All these army of taxis. That's where we need more public transport services up and running quickly. Okay guys, well, thank you, hope you enjoyed this eventful episode. It's the start of our huge redevelopment. And yeah, from here we'll probably put in some more junctions, I think, and some more connecting roads. We'll try and improve the traffic flow. And yeah, I think on our original planned map we had down to do the connecting roads as our second item, so yeah, we'll do that next episode and we'll get everything flowing a lot better. Thanks a lot guys, please leave me some comments, let me know what you think, and yeah, do subscribe if you haven't already, because I've got a feeling this city's going to be great once we're done in the next few episodes. Thanks a lot everyone, bye for now.